Coming to life is laborious, but dying is easy. Welcome to another episode. And today we're going to section 6 of chapter 13 of the Holy Quran. And section 6 begins with sign 38. Namshi. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا رُسُلًا مِنْ قَبْلِكَ وَجَعَلْنَا لَهُمْ أَزْوَاجًا. We did send messengers before thee referring to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and appointed for them wives and children. I don't complete it. Aswajan wa zuriatan. Aswajan wa zuriatan. I left that one out. And we did send messengers before thee, and appointed for them wives and children. Aswajan wa zuriatan. وما كان لرسل أن يأتي بآيات وكان لرسل أن يأتي بآيات إلا بإذن الله and it was never the part of a messenger to bring a sign except as God permitteth. Except as God permitted. إلا بإذن الله. Yes, إلا بإذن الله. لكل أجل كتاب. لكل أجل كتاب. لكل أجل كتاب. For each period is an appointment. For each period is an appointment. لكل أجل كتاب. For each period is an appointment. Let's look at the commentaries. We have commentaries 1861, 1862, and 1863. They are marked against children, Zuriatan, Aswajan and Zuriatan. And the second one is marked against permission of Allah, God. And the third one is appointment, Ajlun Kitabun. Ajlun Musamma or Ajlun Kitabun. Here they mean basically the same. 1861 first. All the prophets of whom we have any detailed knowledge, except one, I think that's Jesus, except one, had wives and children. The exception is Jesus. I said it. The exception is Jesus, the son of Mary. But his life was incomplete. His ministry barely lasted 3 years. His mission was limited, and he was not called upon, and he wasn't called upon to deal with the many-sided problems that arise in a highly organized society or state. Full stop. We pay equal respect to him, because he was God's messenger. But that's not to say that his message covers the same universal ground as that of as that of Al-Mustafa. Al-Mustafa always refers to Muhammad, the chosen one. Full stop. There is no reproach for a normal human being if he lives a normal human life. Semicolon. There is glory. There is glory if he there is glory if he there is glory if he beautifies it and sets a nobler example of virtue than other men, as did Al-Mustafa. We go to 1862. No prophet performed any miracle or showed forth any signs except as God willed. Except as God willed. Willed. God's will, mash, mashat. God's will, mashat in brackets, is an all-wise, universal plan, which is not formed for the benefit of one tribe or milat, or of one age or country. Into brackets. See also next verse. We are going there. Full stop. Bracket close. Brackets close. Full stop. The greatest miracle in history was and is the Quran. It is being proven today. Scientists are Scientists have vowed to disprove the Quran, and they end up approving of it, approving it. Scientists have vowed to disprove it, and they end up approving it and accepting Islam. So the greatest miracle, but we see it as the greatest miracle. No. Okay. The greatest miracle in history was, let's see. The greatest miracle in history was and is the Quran. We can apprehend its beauty and grandeur today as much as did the people of Al-Mustafa's day, dash, even more as our collective knowledge of nature and of God's creation has increased. The more the population increases, the more people see the miraculous nature of the Quran. Kitab. Kitab. Kitab literally means book, but here it is not. Means a law decreed or a decree established. Sorry, it's kitab. Kitabun is rather book. Kitabun is book. 1863. Kitab means a law or a decree established. Okay, let's go to sign. The next sign. And the next sign is 39. 39. Yamhu Allahu ma yasha'a wa yashbitu. Yamhu Allahu ma yasha'a wa yashbitu. God doeth blot out. Yamhu. God doeth blot out. Yamhu. or confirm what he pleaseth, or confirm yush bitu. Yemhu, blot, or youth, or youth bitu, confirm. Confirm what he pleaseth. Wa indahu, wa indahu ummul kitab. Wa indahu ummul kitab. With him is the mother of the book. With him is the mother of the book. The mother of the book, Ummul Kitab. Lahu, with him. Or Indahu, with him. Indahu, with him. Ummul Kitab, the mother of the book. There's commentary to it, 1864. 1864. Kitab, yeah, the commentary is against the phrase Kitab. Kitab, mother of the book, the original foundation of all revelation. The original foundation of all revelation. The essence of God's will and law. Compare chapter 3, verse 7, ayah 7. Chapter 3, I think it's Ali Imran, ayah 7, and note 3, 4, 7. Let's go to, that was note 1864 to sign 39. We're now going to sign 40. Wa in ma nurika. Wa in ma nurinaka. Wa in ma nuriyan. Wa in ma nuriyannaka. Bagdal lazi. Bagdal lazi na'iduhum. Bagdal lazi na'iduhum. Aw natawwa. أو نتوفينك أو نتوفينك أو نتوفينك أو نتوفينك فإنما عليك البلاغ وعليك الحساب. Pardon me that's for bad reading. Whether we shall show thee, into brackets, within thy lifetime, part of what we promise them, or take to us thy soul before, into brackets, before it is all accomplished, that's into brackets, their duty is to make the message reach them. Oh my God. Is to make the message reach them. Nama alayka al-balagu wa alayka al-hisab. It is our part to call them to account. Sorry, it's not alayka. Let me read it well. Inama alayka balag wa alayna. Sorry, inaka alayka balag wa alayna al-hisab. It is your duty to make the message reach them, and it is our part, alayna, to call them to account, al-hisab. So Muhammad doesn't have to live long enough to see God's all God's the confirmation of all God's messages. He doesn't need to live to see it. That's what this this sign is telling us. Let's see if there is commentary to it. There doesn't seem to be any. Let me see. No, there isn't any commentary to it. So let's go to sign 41. Uh, أو لم يروا أو لم يروا أو لم يروا أن نأتي الأرض نفوسه من أطرافها. See they not that we gradually reduce the land from its outlying borders. We reduce the land from its outlying borders. I think these scientists can prove right or wrong, like it's their habits. Mm. من أطرافها من أطرافها from its outlying borders. أطرافها from its outlying borders. والله والله يحكم والله يحكم لا لا يحكم لا مؤكب لا لا مؤكب لحكمة لحكمه sorry لحكمه God commands God commands, there is none to put back his command. God commands, there is none to put back his command. Wallahu yahkumu la mu'akiba lihukmihi. None to put back his command. Wahuwa sari'ul hisab. Wahuwa sari'ul hisab. And he is swift in calling to account. He is swift in calling to account. That's when he wishes. When he doesn't wishes, he's not swift. But we can also say that he's swift because time is short for him, very short for him. What we consider as long as centuries, he may consider as days. So he's swift for to calling to account. He's swift in calling to account. That was sign 41. We're now going to 42. وقد مكر الذين من قبلهم فلله المكر فلله المكر جميعا فالله للمكر جميعا. Those before them did, into brackets, also. So those before them did devise plots, semicolon. But in all things, God is the devising all together, jami'an. God is the devising all together. يعلم يعلم ما تكسب كل نفس يعلم ما تكسب كل نفس وسبع وسبع لهم وسبع وس وسيعلم oh my god وسيعلم الكفر وسيعلم الكفر لمن 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 أوقع Adaren. Liman Ukia. Liman Ukba, sorry. Liman Ukba Adare. Let me take it again. Wasayalamu al kufru. Liman Ukba Adari. Devising together. He knoweth the doings of every soul, kull nafsin, and soon will unbelievers, sayalamu al kufru, soon will the unbelievers know, sayalamu, who gets whom in the end. Liman ukba adare, who gets whom at once. I don't know if there's commentary to who gets whom. Let's see. Maybe when they say home, heaven or something like that. Let's see. There's no comment. Okay, let's go to the commentaries. We have, no, we didn't read commentary to sign 41. We go to the commentary to sign 41. That's the borders, outlining borders. And then we go to commentary to 66. So, outlining borders. Let me see if it's where it is here. Outlining borders. Yes, and I think that is outlining borders. So we're going to commentary to read. 6:5. 6:5. 6:5. In the prophet's ministry at Makkah, the most stiff-necked opposition came from the seats and center of power in Mecca. Full stop. The humbler people, the fringe of Meccan society, came to reality, as also did some tribes around about Mecca, some tribes round about Mecca. After the Hijrah, there was a hard struggle between Mecca and Medina, and all between Mecca and Medina, and at last the bloodless conquest, and at last the bloodless conquest of Mecca in AH 8 made the pagan structure finally collapse, though it had already been sapped to its foundation. Though it has already been sapped to its foundation. Oh, my batteries are weak. Though it has already been sapped to its foundation. Where is it? Though it has already been sapped to its foundations. Full stop. So, generally, truth finds its easiest entrance through the humble and lowly. Through the humble and lowly. Lowly. Through the humble and lowly. And not in the beginning at the headquarters of power, but in the fullness of time, it makes its way everywhere with irresistible force. Now we go to commentary to sign 42. Commentary to sign 42. And that is 1866. Well, we've been referred to chapter 3, sign 54, and the note to that 393. The note to sign 54 of chapter 3, and that is note 393. Well, now we go to the next sign. I think we have been referred to that. There is something there to discover there concerning the sign before it. Let's go. ويقول الذين كفروا لست مرسلا ويقول الذين كفروا لست مرسلا messenger. Okay. The unbelievers say, no messenger art thou. They say to Mama, you are not a messenger. Lisa Marsalan. No messenger art thou. Kul kafa billahi shahidan. Kul kafa billahi shahidan. Say, say, enough for a witness between me and you is God. Kafa billahi shahidan. Enough for a witness between me and you is God. I hadn't read the between me and you. كيف shahidan بينني وبينكم between me and you بينني وبينكم between me and you ومن عنده علما ومن عنده علم الكتاب ومن عنده علم الكتاب between me and you between you and me as witness between me and you is God, is Allah. Kafa billahi shahidan binani wa binakum. We've prayed it already. That's I left out the God. Kafa billahi, enough is God between me. Enough for witness between me and you is God. Waman indahu ilmul kitab, and such as have knowledge of the book, and such as have knowledge of the book. This referring to God. Now we go to commentaries 1867 and 1868. 1867. The enemies of Islam have to acknowledge that Al-Mustafa was a great and noble character. But they deny his prophethood. But they denied his prophethood. He could point to his credentials from God in the work which he achieved and the Quran which he brought. Full stop. We go to commentary 1868. That was commentary 1867 to sign 43. We go to the second commentary to the same sign 43, and that is 1868. That is those who have knowledge of revelation generally will recognize God's revelation in the Holy Quran. Okay, maybe I made a mistake. In the who, it doesn't refer to God, but the commentator here should, and as the commentator here is saying, that referring those who have knowledge, woman in the who ilman, and those who have knowledge of the book. And the commentator here is saying that is those who have knowledge of revelation generally will recognize God's revelation in the Holy Quran. Full stop. An alternative reading is min indahi, min indahi. Uh, but in the verse it is min indahu, but here the commentator is telling us an alternative reading could be min indahi, which is written the same in Arabic with only 3 vowel points different. Full stop. If we adopt that, the last clause will be, and from him is all knowledge of the book. That's what I said. From God is all knowledge of the book. Inverted commas close. And the commas start from, and from him is all inverted commas knowledge. All in brackets, all, and from him is knowledge of the book. I.e., as all knowledge of the book comes from God. Yes. So if you are written in the he, all knowledge belongs to God. But in the who, the commentator is telling us people who have knowledge of the book. From God. All knowledge of the book comes from God. Comma, the Quran also bears witness to me. The Quran also bears witness to me. And that is note 1968 to sign 43 of section 6, the last section of chapter 13 of the Holy Quran. That is all for this section. That's all for this section. And when we come back, we shall go to chapter 14. Chapter 14, and that is Surah Al-Ibrahim. Surah devoted to our great-great-grandfather, holy grandfather, Abraham. That's where we're going when we come back in our next episode. May God be with you all. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Au revoir.